All right, guys, I don't know what I'm doing here. This is, you guys are like, yeah, I know, Rob. We've been trying to tell you that for years. So this is a Seiko Turtle that has been modified. So big thanks to Craig for letting me check this out, which he ended up selling it, so I have to ship it to the new owner. But this is basically a Seiko Turtle. SRP C91, I think is what this one is. Because it has the black bezel and the black crown, and it still has the factory movement. But other than that, I think he changed the crystal. He had it done. I don't remember who did it. I don't know if it was the 444 guy. I'll find out and put some information down in the description. But I don't have a ton of information on this. I'm pretty sure they're called SOXA, SOXA, so like a Seiko Doxa. I'm pretty sure like the hands, the dial, and the bezel insert were all traditionally picked up from Dagaz watch, but I went over there and they're like out of stock on this stuff. And I don't know that they're getting more. I don't know if these are a popular mod still. I know Craig had at one point picked up the bezel that was supposed to fit this too, that has like the Doxa style bezel, grip to it, but it just didn't fit. So that's kind of a bummer. That would have been a really good way to complete it. And then of course he put it on this Beads of Rice style bracelet from Uncle Seiko. Now these bracelets are actually really nice, and they're only like 80 bucks. I mean, they're really nice. So only 3 micro adjusts, which I know Craig would probably gripe about that, but I think it's a great looking watch. Let's see here. I see Craig's texting me now. He's trying to give me the information. So when he gives me the information and stuff, I'll just put it down in the description. But I mean, beautiful orange, like a blood orange almost dial color on this thing, and then a really nice painted black handset that really ties in. Very Doxa-like, right? So, and that's what we're dealing with here. Sub 200 on the dial as well as automatic. Just a very simple, clean build. It's tasteful, I think, still. It's not like crazy or wild. And for people that are not 100% in the know, if you spotted this on somebody's wrist, you'd probably think it's a Doxa. You'd be like, oh, well, look, he's wearing a Doxa. Until you went and actually maybe checked it out up close, you'd be like, hey, that's not a Doxa, that's a Seiko. And Doxas aren't cheap. They're kind of expensive, and it's fun to mod. So, I don't know. I'm not mad about this at all. I think it's pretty cool. Still has the 120-click Seiko bezel action on it. It's not going to feel like a Doxa bezel. And since they printed the minute track on the dial, you can just go with a brushed or polished chapter ring inside there. You don't need to worry about lining that up. So should be a pretty simple mod for a lot of people. The handset is probably the hardest part, honestly. That and keeping debris out of the dial. So whoever Craig used to do this mod, they know what they're doing. They did a good job because this thing is completely sterile. I don't see any debris underneath the crystal, which is seriously, if you've done some modding, that is like one of the biggest pain in the butt parts. So not gonna go into any other detail than that, guys, because I don't really have any other details. Like I said, I can put a link to Dagaz watch for all their parts and everything. They're a great company to get parts from, and entire watches, honestly. And like the dial, when they did have them, they were selling them for $38. The handsets are pretty affordable. The bezel inserts, the last price they had listed was only like, I think, under $20. So completely affordable, but I don't know if it's available. I don't know if anybody else is selling these components anymore. If you guys know, chime in. There's the Uncle Seiko Beads of Rice next to a strap code bracelet. Almost, I'm telling you, and these have the solid end links too. Like the quality of these are like 90% is like, if you are good with strap code, like Uncle Seiko is like, they're right there and they're less money. So definitely check out Larry over at Uncle Seiko. He does a very cool product, and he's making them fit or finding that they fit a ton of other watches too. All right, guys, let me kill the lights. We'll check the lume on this. I doubt the lume's going to be amazing, to be honest with you. It's adequate. Some of these aftermarket dials and hands, I know they're getting better, but some of the earlier ones, they had like C1 and stuff. This one seems like it's pretty good. I don't know if it's C1 or C3, but it's not fading instantly, so it's definitely better than some of the earlier ones that I recalled. But thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you on the next vid.